What is up, guys? Welcome to the OBA Week 3 match against the Los Angeles Accelgors. I'm your coach of the Grassy Plains, Raikous. Before this video does start, please drop a like below, show some support to the series and to our team. Support me as a coach. Also, if you're new, subscribe for any Pokemon content in the future. I'm just going to go out the limb and saying by everything on this this team, I'm completely 100% certain that the pokes I draft right now are really unable to handle setup. We got swept 2 times in a row now by someone setting up on us. So this team, I really need to do something with the team. Again, I haven't been really around much lately. So maybe it's kind of my fault. Been working like quadruple hours lately because no one on my work there's only like 4 people on my work. We're solo on help, so having to work like 4 times the hours, and I don't have any time to do scouting very much, and not many mock battles with the team that I'm going to be using. So this next week I'm going to be going against the Roaring Shadows, so I'm going to actually try to actually get my team put together, get some scouting battles, or do some scouting and get some mock battles going before I actually have the match, so I can at least get some feel for what the team actually can do. So this next week's going to turn around. I do apologize, but he's bringing the Lucario. I was very prepared for this team for he had a lot of ice weaknesses and psychic weaknesses, so that's why I really wanted to exploit. He's bringing Lucario, Conkeldurr, Mega Pinsir. Such a pain in the ass right there. Starmie, which is a rapid spinner, I'm assuming, or it could be default Gliscor. His Gliscor, I'm assuming, is a defensive wall. And he's bringing in Roserade. My team, I'm actually bringing the Klefki with the Spikes, Draining Kiss, Toxic, and I forgot what the last move is. I think it's Thunderwave, or Thunderwave, I think, but I'm not quite sure. Special Offensive Chansey, Seismic Toss, I think it's the same set I used week 1, I think. Mew is actually a physical Mew with Sucker Punch, Defog, because I need a Defogger on this team. I did not bring my 4-Etress. Defog, Sucker Punch, Zen Headbutt, and Ice Punch for the Mega Pinsir, the Roserade, and the Gliscor. First time Zangoose is actually going to be appearing in a match this week. Decided to bring him because even though he had the Conkeldurr, the Mach Punch shouldn't be very good. I did not think he was going to bring the Mach Punch anyways. And that I have some stuff I can play around it too. So I just wanted to try the Zangoose out. I'm actually bringing Knockoff, Protect, Facade, and I think Knockoff, Protect, Facade, and I think Quick Attack. I think it is. I'm not quite sure. Then I'm bringing the Garchomp, Focus Sash Garchomp, which really screws us over because he actually does get his rocks up. I'm not able to get him away. Focus Sash Garchomp with the Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Iron Head, and a special defensive Suicune, max special defense, max HP. I'm actually running a substitute Mirror Coat set with Ice Beam and Scald, so I'll top into this. I actually would record this like right after the battle like last week, but I didn't have time. I worked right after this battle, so did not have time to record then. I'm going to leave with my Klefki because I wanted to at least get up the spikes. I thought he was going to leave with his Gliscor, but he's going to leave with his Roserade. I actually wanted to sit in here and scout if he had Hidden Power Fire. I knew he could at least eat 1. Max Special Defense, Max HP, so could at least take it decently. I'm not quite sure if that's Choice Specs or whatever it is, but it did insanely a lot amount of damage. I'm forced to actually switch out here. This Klefki was more of a counter for the Conkeldurr too, so being that low, it's really bad. I'm going to go into my Chansey here. I'm going to take another Hidden Power Fire. It shouldn't do too much because I'm max special defense, max HP, Eeviola here. So maybe he's Choice Specs, I'm not quite sure. So I'm not quite sure if he's Scarf or Specs. He's going to go into Gliscor. I'm just going to go for a Seismic Toss. I didn't really see any point of doing anything else. I had not really else to hit anything to split the Gliscor with, so that's what I predicted to come out here. Probably knock off my Eviolite. Gonna have to get out of here predicting a knockoff. He can go for a Protect. He can set up a Sword Stance. I don't give a shit. Gonna go to Klefki. He's gonna set up a Stealth Rocks. Really bad. Really bad. One of my actually things for this match is that I did not bring my Forretress. Really bad part of my play on my part because I needed that Forretress. I should have brought that. However, I did not bring that. I brought the Klefki instead. I maybe should switch out the Klefki with the Forretress. So. Just going to go for the heal block. I actually have the heal block on this Klefki too, just for the Gliscor and stuff like that. So, he's going to get the heal block off so he can't heal anymore. I'm going to go into my Mew here because I do have the 4 times effective Ice Punch. Judging this thing was actually max defense though and max HP. I don't think this would actually kill. It had a 60 some. I think it had like a 60 some percent chance to kill. I think I actually got kind of low rolled, but not quite sure. We can live in Earthquake, so I'm not really worried about that. We have base 100 defense and special defense, even though we're not invested. I'm actually adamant nature too, so he's gonna switch out here, wanting to preserve this thing. I didn't really care too much. He's gonna go into Lucario here. I knew he was gonna either try to preserve it or something like that, so I'm gonna go for the Zen Headbutt. I wanted to get as much damage off on his team as quickly as I can, basically, because I knew he had a lot of threats on his team I needed to really take out. Zen Headbutt does a decent amount, but at this point, if it was a special Lucario, he could take me out because he does outspeed, even though I'm max speed. So I need to switch out here. I'm gonna go into my Suicune here. If he was a physical Lucario, I would did a lot more since I'm not invested in defense, but he actually turns out to be a special Lucario. Gonna try catching me off guard with that, but it did not work this match, however, for him. And he also shows me that he's life orbed, so that actually did a lot, actually, being a Lucario, but just gonna go for the Ice Beam here, because I knew even the Ice Beam would take him out from that range. It's not really worth going for a Scald if the Roserade might come in. So I do get Ice Beam off here. It does not do too much though, since I'm not invested in special attack. Maybe if I was a max special attack Suicune, it would have knocked out, but I'm not really invested, so that is not going to knock it out. At this point, I really had nothing for this thing. I was going to switch this out, keep my Suicune around a little bit longer. I'm actually going to go into my Klefki, or my Chansey here. I knew I couldn't get anything up from this thing unless I did carry Psyshock. I'm not quite sure if even Roserade gets Psyshock. I was actually trying to look that up during the match, but I did not have enough time before the timer took down, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to go risk it. He's going to go for a Gauge Drain, doesn't matter too much. He actually shows me his Black Sludge on his turn 2, not Choice Specs. Very good play on it, first turn 1, bluffing the Choice Specs with Choice Scarf too. He's going to go to Conkeldurr here. I did not want to go for the T-Wave, he's probably predicting a T-Wave. So, I'm just going to go for a Seismic Toss, get as much damage off from this thing as I can. Maybe I should not bring T-Wave Chansey, because he does have the Conkeldurr around, but I wanted to carry the T-Wave on this Chansey because of the Pinsir. So I knew I could live at least one thing from Pinsir with these not set up, so I can at least T-Wave it so my team can handle it a little bit better. Gonna go to Suicune here. I have no switch in for this. My Klefki is gone now. My only thing for this Conkeldurr is gone, so I'm gonna go for a knockoff. I'm gonna go for a Scald in this turn, see how much it does. By that damage, I think he's probably Stalled Vest, so Drain Punch is gonna take me out here. Kind of unfortunate, but nothing I can really do about that. I got as much damage off as I could. Basically, just got all the damage back I did to him anyways, so didn't really get too much ahead there. I'm going to go into my Mew here, because I do carry the Zen Headbutt, and if he does have the Knock Punch, he still can't take me out from this range. He's going to withdraw. He's going to go into his Lucario, sack his Lucario off to see what information he can get off me. He's just going to see the Zen Headbutt. It fails because there's nothing on the field, but I do get a free turn of leftovers, which is kind of cool for me. Now he's going to go to Starmie. I actually carried the Sucker Punch for this Starmie because I knew it was going to come up against this thing either once in this match. So I do carry the Sucker Punch for the Starmie. I thought I was going to take it out since I was adamant, but I think I actually got low rolled here. I knew it had a decent amount to take it out on when it calculated. I'm not quite sure though because it was been a few days ago. I forgot what exactly it was, but he's actually Life Orb again. 2 Life Orb users on his team, so he's going to go down to Life Orb, which is cool for me. I'm going to at least live a little bit on 18 HP, get the leftovers damage back. Now this here is where a really debatable play comes in. I knew he was going to try to take me out either with a Quick Attack, which is what I predicted. He's going to Mega Evolve and actually set up a Swords Dance. Really, really bad play on my part. I just went for All Out, went for YOLO, and went for the 4 times effective Ice Punch. I actually predicted him to take out me with a Quick Attack though, so he's going to set up a Swords Dance. Basically at this time I was like, oh shit. I have like absolutely nothing to get rid of this thing. Maybe on that turn I actually should have defogged too. Kind of a questionable play because then my Garchomp's Focus Sash would not have been broken. I would take it out with the Dragon Claw or the Outrage. So actually basically the Outrage would actually kill everything the rest of on his team anyway. So because everything else would be lowered to Stealth Rocks and stuff like that, I think the Outrage actually sweep the rest of his team from this after this thing was gone. He's actually going to go for Close Combat. I do not need my Chansey anymore. Everything on his team is either attacker or a support, so I don't need this Chansey anymore. I'm going to let his defense fall. I knew he was going to scout for the Close Combat, at least get his -1 defense. At this point, it's really up to Zangoose to come through. This is my last hope right here. I'm gonna go for the protect. If he predicted the protect and stepped another sword stance, he was super GG then. Gonna get my toxic boost. At this point, it's really whether a quick attack can come through here. He does outspeed me. I'm forced to go for the quick attack because he's base 145 speed. I'm adamant nature, and that he's at -1, and I still doesn't even take it close to taking him out. But return's gonna take us out. This team is just so bad with dealing with setup. I cannot tell you guys how bad this team is dealing with setup. If my stash was not broken, I would have been able to live. Take out the rest of his team with the outrage, and I would have actually won here. But since my stash is broken, I did not get rid of the rocks. He's actually going to be able to take me out right here. Really, really bad. Now your guys' Grassy Plains Raikous are now 1-2. 1 win, 2 losses. Next week we're going to be trying to even it up. I'm going to do some scouting. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to do some scouting, some mock battles against different people's teams to see how the feel of the team is going to get to be when I actually go against the opponent. It's going to be going against the Roaring Shadow, Aaron Sham. So, yeah, just let you guys know. Next week we're going to try turning it around. I know it's mostly my fault since I have not been around lately. I've did like 0 battles lately. Usually I do a couple battles in the week when I have free time and stuff just to get a feel with the team. But I have not been doing that before this battle, so that's probably why I lost. So I'm going to try taking that back up this next week. So back-to-back losses, not very good, but we're going to turn around, guys. I'm your coach of the Grassy Plains Raikous. If you guys did enjoy and made this far, I really honestly appreciate it. Please drop a like below, and if you're new, subscribe. That really helps me out as a content creator and as a support for this league. With that being said, though, I'm going to get out of here. See you guys next time.